Once upon a time, in a small bustling town, lived a young man named Sam. Sam was known among his friends as a dreamer. His head was always full of ideas and plans, but rarely did those plans come to fruition. Whether it was learning to play the guitar, mastering a new language, or even trying his hand at breakdancing, Sam would dive in enthusiastically, only to find his interest waning after a few days or weeks. His friends often teased him, calling him Sam the Starter. One day, while watching a street performance, Sam's eyes lit up as he observed a group of dancers effortlessly pulling off complex moves. Inspired, he declared to his friends, "That's it. I'm going to become a breakdancer." They chuckled, knowing his reputation for starting things and not finishing them. But this time, Sam felt something different, a deeper longing to transform his dreams into reality. Determined to change his pattern, Sam decided to seek guidance. He remembered an old mentor, Mr. Turner, who had been a coach for Olympic athletes. Mr. Turner was wise, kind, and seemed to possess an uncanny ability to inspire people to achieve great things. Sam thought, if anyone can help me move from a thinker to a doer, it's Mr. Turner. The next day, Sam visited Mr. Turner at his training center. The place was buzzing with energy. Athletes were pushing themselves to their limits, sweating, striving, and succeeding. Sam felt a little out of place, but managed to muster the courage to approach his old mentor. "Mr. Turner, I need your help," Sam said, his voice wavering slightly. "I'm tired of being someone who just talks about doing things. I want to become someone who actually achieves them." Mr. Turner looked at Sam thoughtfully and smiled. "You've taken the first step, Sam, and that's recognizing what you want to change. Now tell me more. What is it that you want to achieve?" Sam explained his new dream of becoming a breakdancer and how his initial enthusiasm for things often fizzled out. Mr. Turner nodded, and then, as if drawing on some hidden reservoir of knowledge, he began to share a story. "There are 4 stages in the journey from curiosity to mastery," Mr. Turner began. "The first stage is what I call triggered situational interest. It's that spark you felt when you saw those dancers. This spark is usually prompted by something outside of us, a sight, a sound, or even a conversation. It's powerful but often fleeting because it's tied to external factors." Sam nodded eagerly, relating it to his own experience of suddenly wanting to learn breakdancing. "But," Mr. Turner continued, "the problem is this spark often comes with negative emotions, fear of failure, self-doubt, or embarrassment. It's like when you tried learning guitar and gave up because others seemed so much better than you." Sam felt a pang of recognition, but listened intently. "Most people think they need to conquer these emotions to move forward, but that's not true," Mr. Turner said. "The secret is to keep exposing yourself to what sparked your interest in the first place. You don't need to dive into dancing right away. Just immerse yourself in the world of dance, watch videos, read about it, talk to dancers. Don't worry about mastering it yet. This is the stage of maintained situational interest." Sam felt relieved. For the first time, it seemed okay not to be perfect right away. Mr. Turner went on, "This stage is about nurturing your interest without putting too much pressure on yourself. Just let the curiosity grow naturally. Over time, you'll notice that your interest starts to deepen, and you'll begin to see dancing not just as something cool to watch, but as something you really want to try. This is when you move into the third stage, emerging individual interest." Sam leaned in closer, captivated by the wisdom being shared. "This is when you start playing around with ideas in your mind. You might imagine yourself pulling off dance moves, or perhaps strategizing how you would practice. You're not a master yet, but you're engaging with the subject on a deeper level. You'll start to experiment, maybe try a few moves at home, join an online forum, or attend a local dance class. It's a period of playful exploration." Sam thought back to his initial attempts at breakdancing. Maybe he had pushed himself too hard too fast. Perhaps he needed to ease into it, allow himself the grace to be a beginner. Mr. Turner smiled, seeing Sam's newfound understanding. "Finally, the last stage is well-developed individual interest. This is where your interest has matured into a true passion. You're no longer just dabbling, you're committed. You practice regularly, contribute to the community, and continuously seek to improve. You're driven not by external rewards or recognition, but by an internal desire to excel and grow." "But how do I get there?" Sam asked, feeling both inspired and a little overwhelmed. "The key," Mr. Turner said, "is to build up to it gradually. In the beginning, don't focus on outcomes. Just let your curiosity guide you. Explore, enjoy, and don't be too quick to seek feedback. Early criticism can be discouraging. Wait until you've built some confidence before you invite others to critique your progress. Sam's mind was buzzing with this new perspective. It wasn't just about forcing himself to practice. It was about nurturing his interest step by step. And remember, Mr. Turner added, feedback is a double-edged sword. Early on, it can be more harmful than helpful. But as you grow more confident and capable, feedback becomes essential for fine-tuning your skills and pushing you to the next level. Just like a plant needs time to establish its roots before it can handle the weight of flowers and fruit, you need time to build your foundation. Feeling a newfound sense of purpose, Sam thanked Mr. Turner and left the training center. Over the next few weeks, he followed the advice to the letter. He watched countless dance videos, read books on the history of breakdancing, and even started attending local dance battles, just as a spectator. He let himself enjoy the culture and community of dance without feeling pressured to perform. Slowly, Sam noticed a shift within himself. He began practicing simple moves in his living room, and though he stumbled and fell more times than he could count, he felt a strange exhilaration in the process. The fear and self-doubt were still there, but they no longer paralyzed him. He was starting to see himself not as Sam the starter, but as someone who was genuinely deeply interested in learning. Months later, Sam entered his first amateur dance-off. He didn't win, but that didn't matter. The joy and satisfaction he felt were beyond any external reward. He had transformed his curiosity into a resilient passion, and for the first time in his life, he knew he wouldn't quit. As Sam left the stage that night, he spotted Mr. Turner in the audience, applauding with a proud smile. Sam realized then that he had become something more than a dreamer. He had become a doer. And all it took was understanding that the path from curiosity to mastery isn't about leaping in all at once. It's about taking small, steady steps, embracing the journey, and letting your passion grow, one stage at a time.